He doesn't like you.
Sorry.
I don't like you either. We're wanted men. I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead. This little one's not worth the effort. Now let me get you something.
No blasters! No blasters!
I forgot something.
Ah! I was going to use this lightsaber to... Oh, it's too late.
This is only one Kenobi. Only one.
I forgot I was going to use that lightsaber as part of the thing.
I'm out of breath. I think I need to go back to the gym.
Anyway, this is only one Kenobi. Only one. I wanted to pay tribute to the actor Alfie Curtis, who played the memorable Dr Evazan, or Evazan. I think it's Dr Evazan, a Cantina Patron anyway. So he sadly passed away over the Christmas period, and I thought I'd just do a little quick tribute and also show you his addition to the vintage collection. Now, as Cantina Patrons go, he is probably one of the most memorable because of that scene, alongside Ponda Barber, formerly known as Walrus Man. I thought I'd just show you, obviously pay tribute to Alfie, but also just to show you a few cards, and it gets me onto the subject of Cantina Patrons anyway, of which Sci-Fi, I hope you're watching, I might need your help with a few things. Anyway, so here we go, there's Ponda Barber. I love doing that, I'm shining over the unpunched aspect of the card there. Hang on, there you go, I love that, I love unpunched cards. And yeah, so this was a new edition. This was not a card that featured in the 1980s. It was released in 2010, and is VC57. That's seems quite. No, I beg your pardon. It's probably about 2011 for this guy. Sadly, as I say, I do not have him loose to show you. Otherwise, I would. There he is on the card, and he did appear also in Rogue One in the winter of 2016, so it was great to see him feature with Ponda Barber. You know, that got criticism as well. There's people going, oh, you're nodding to the fanboys. It was a quick sequence. I loved it. I thought it was just great. Just, you watch yourself. And then he walks. He's like, he's really aggressive. You're lucky to get off Jeddah anyway, because that place blew like it blew up. The Holy City is enough for today. They blew up the Holy City. Do you know what? In thinking about doing this video, I thought I would also show you some other vintage cards. Let's talk about Cantina Patrons. This is a VOTC figure now I'm going to show you. But then we can look to the future, what can they give us? So we had Greedo, which is obviously something you got in the 1980s, but they re-released it in 2004. It's a lovely card back, lovely character Greedo. Here's a new card. Again, this one looks like it could have been from the 80s, but it's not. It was released in the 2000s, and it is Vimdim. He's an interesting character. He is someone you will... Everyone uses the expression, blink and you'll miss it, but you can see him. In fact, they've actually isolated that image of him by zooming in. He literally is in the background at the very beginning of the scene. Then that guy pops up, and then he is in the background. There he is. So he's Vimdim. We've had, obviously, our friend Dr Evazan, or Evazan. I'm really sorry if I apologise, Alfie, if I'm pronouncing your character's name wrong. But there he is. I didn't even know he was called Dr Evazan for years, or Evazan. I didn't even know. I just saw him as the dude who kept doing that on Luke said, he doesn't like you. I don't like you either. Ponda Barber, of course. So now let's have a little think, since we're on the subject of Cantina Patrons. What could we have in the future? Well, it was Mosep Binneed, and I did actually find, I do have him loose because he was in the Black Series. I apologise, if you just bear with me one moment, I have him somewhere. Please don't tell me I've lost him. I don't believe this. Oh, he's on the floor here. Now this guy did come out in the Black Series on the TIE Fighter line, and he is, well, his name is Mosep Binneed, or Binneed. Again, it's hard to pronounce these things. But anyway, this guy, from what I know about him from the research I've done, I believe that he was possibly a design template for Jabba the Hutt. Jabba obviously subsequently became a large slug, but this guy in canon or in the whatever, in the storylines, apparently is actually supposed to be Jabba's accountant. But then it's funny that Squidface, I thought he was supposed to be an accountant, or maybe Jabba has lots of accountants because he's a gangster with a lot of money. But anyway, this guy, I had a quick look on Wikipedia earlier just to check on a few details, and apparently, well, it stated that he was in that cantina when Obi-Wan Kenobi slayed or cut off the limbs of these fellas, Ponda Barber. and Walrus Ponda Barber and Dr Evazan, but he was there apparently. So it makes you think, doesn't it? Always begs the question: if they put him on in the Black Series, did they have him in mind for another Cantina Patron vintage cardback? Just again, imagine him there. Imagine him on that vintage cardback. Forget Greedo. There he is, Star Wars trim, possible future vintage collection cardback and character in the future. Another Cantina Patron. I know that our friend Sci-Fi there, g'day mate, you love your aliens, and so does, I love him, and I know that Sith229, I think all collectors do, don't they? There's just interesting characters in the Star Wars universe. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One, out.